why it's cracked. Why is it leaking there? Shit. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is change the carbs on this Transalp 600. Change it for the carbs that go on the 650. I've been told by multiple people that it should work. The only difference I can see is the throttle position sensor. Everything else looks pretty much exactly the same. The reason why I need to change them is because the float on this was stuck on the 600. And to get it unstuck, I was hitting the side of the carbs with a screwdriver. I managed to, where is it? Right there. Managed to make a big old hole in the top of the carbs. But like I said, I've got spare for the 650, and there's an issue with this. There's a crack on the float bowl. Let's just call it a lid there. But I'm thinking that these are exactly the same, so I'll just take the one from here, put it on there, and it should fit. I'm gonna change the jets and float needles and gaskets. So this is a kit for the 600. These are the 650 carbs with the throttle position sensor. These are the 600 carbs. Gonna clean them out first from the outside and inside. I think I need to change the diaphragms as well. I think the diaphragms on this are ripped, so hopefully the diaphragms from this fit. If not, I've got some spares for the 650. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Clean this all up inside and out, check the diaphragms, and yeah, just start switching parts over. Okay, so where I am now is I've cleaned the inside of the float bowls on both sides, changed the needles and jets from the 600 into the 650 carbs. I've changed the float bowl lids from the 600s to the 650s, new gaskets. Now I'm going to open up where the membrane is, and I think these ones are ripped. I'm going to double check that now, and then I'm going to hopefully take the membranes from the 600 and put them in here if they fit. These aren't ripped, these are in good condition, to be honest. Just hopefully they fit. Yeah, I think it fits, to be honest. I don't think they're different. So I could take the rubber off and put it on this, but I think this is all the same, to be honest. Yeah, it's all working properly. Yeah, that should be fine. But yeah, I'm going to change the other one and then come back. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is clean up the throttle body, just with some carb cleaner. And also I'm going to block off the choke, which I did with the other one. So basically no more choke cable. Just use the heads of the choke cable with the spring and the little end bit that sits inside the choke compartment. So that goes in there first, and then you push the spring on it, and then you screw the head of the choke cable on, and then you just put a little screw at the end to screw it all in. Just nip that up. Same for the other side, and then that's it. That's ready to go on the bike now. 50 carbs are in. They seem to be sitting fine. Like I said, they're the same size. There shouldn't be an issue. Everything seems to match up. Just gonna put the airbox on, put the tank on, start it up, see if there's any leaks, and then if not, take it for a quick test ride and see if it fixes it. It's leaking where it's cracked. Why is it leaking there? Shit. Let's turn this off a second. So where it's cracked, what have I actually cracked in there? I thought it just cracked the lid. Where's the lid? So yeah, I thought I'd just crack this. Alright, took the carbs back off again. I thought there's possibly maybe these are not the same. Maybe these are different, but as I took it off, the new gasket was actually broken. So I must have nipped it whilst putting it on. And yeah, that's broken, so that's probably why it wasn't sealing, that's why it was leaking. But yeah, I'm going to put this back on with the old gasket. Seems to fit quite nicely. See what happens, but I think that's the issue. I think that's why it's leaking. For some reason I thought that these were a different shape, but it's not. So yeah, I don't know. Trial and error, I guess. Okay, second attempt now. Everything's back on. Hopefully it doesn't leak. No leaks. I'm just going to take it for a test run, see what happens, but yeah, no leaks so far. So yeah, just took it out for a test ride. It pulls like a train. It seems to be working. Yeah, no fuel leaks. The only issue is the idle is a bit low, and there's nothing to show the idle on here. This doesn't even work. There's no rev counter, no nothing. So the cars probably needs to be balanced at some point. I don't really know how to do that. I don't even have the balancing tool, but I'm going to take it to a friend of mine, get that done. Yeah, just get it balanced, get it idling correctly, but seems to have worked. Okay, so I've come back to the bike after a few days, and the carbs seem fine. There's no leakage. They were running fine the other day. Went to start it, and it seems like it's having the same issue as that I had before I actually changed the carbs, before I actually broke the old ones. So it's basically bogging out. It's cutting out. It cut out to the point where it didn't want to start at all. So what I've done now, it feels like it's basically not getting any fuel from somewhere. It's either not getting enough or it's not getting any. So what I've done is I took the tank off, took the tap off the tank, and basically took that apart. And there's little vacuum membrane here. It doesn't seem like there's any rips or holes in it, but in the middle there, the mesh is showing on both sides, so fuel could leak through that. Basically, it's very small, but probably can't see on the camera. Basically, just in the middle there is a tear where the rubber is no longer there, and you can just see the mesh, so fuel could probably get through there. So what I've done is basically ordered a new kit from Wiimoto. Just gonna replace this fuel tap kit, replace the membranes, and then see if that solves the issue of it bogging out and starving itself on fuel. This is a new membranes on now with the plastic that the spring sits on. That obviously use your old one, that won't come with the kit. So might be able to see it clearer now. This is where, oh, it's definitely teared now. Let's see if I can focus it. So basically there's a little tear in the middle there, which wasn't that bad. It's probably happened when I took it out, but yeah, that's probably where the fuel's coming from. Get it to the light. There you go. Yeah, so that little bit of mesh that's showing shouldn't be there. That should all be rubber, but obviously the rubber's worn away, and then fuel leaks through there. So yeah, the kit's all in, it's all rebuilt, all cleaned up. Yeah, just gonna put it back on, put the tank on, see what happens. Hopefully it fixes the issue.